This week in Stupid Anti-Feminists.
Hello, Jenny. I can't believe I've only just discovered your channel. I'd like to thank the several people who requested that you and I have a little chat. Each and every one of your videos is a bland, misinformed clump of horse shit that doesn't even smell because it's too malnourished. But this video in particular, Jenny, rather stuck out for me.
Our favorite female anti-feminists, the Honey Badger Brigade.
Thanks for the free publicity, and you're welcome to the greater degree of free publicity that I'm giving you in return. That's how the free market of ideas work. As you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and together we discover where all these blood-sucking ticks are coming from.
We're 86th from the Calgary Comics and Entertainment Expo in Alberta, Canada. According to CalX, HBB received 25 harassment complaints.
And CalX received over 40,000 complaints of censorship. It's like one person saying nay, followed by 1,600 people saying yay, and naturally, the nays have it. Yeah, sorry, UKIP, my heart bleeds, it really does.
After their engagement with a panel titled Women into Comics.
Yeah, we were trying to get kicked out, you see, by intimidating the panel. That's why instead of sending me, this is me here, this 6'2" thing at the back with the enormous head, the only white male pictured here, instead of sending me to the panel to hoot and holler and do that bombastic Malcolm Tucker-esque heckling for which I'm well known, instead we sent this creature here to do the intimidating. Now, we may both have those eerie sort of Neanderthal throwback features sketched lazily onto an unassuming moon face, but you'll notice Alison does not even come up to my shoulder, despite propping herself up on everyone else's. And I don't think I've ever heard Alison make a noise above 80 decibels. If I were a third-party pundit commenting on this, and I was under the impression that we were trying to get kicked out, my first instinct would be to question our strategy. I mean, honey badgers are supposed to be experts at getting from the inside of the paddock to the outside, and this was a 1 out of 10 for effort. And you want to get the 1 because Alison did at least bring along a ginger shitlord meerkat thing, who, despite saying very little, is, for all intents and purposes, a white male.
The panel featured women discussing their personal experiences as comic book fans, including one woman's account in which she recalled a time she was told by a comic book store clerk when purchasing some comic books that her boyfriend was really going to love these items.
My God. You're actually admiring the ball gowns, aren't you?
One of the panel speakers mentioned her being harassed online by Gamergaters after saying that Wikipedia needed more female writers.
We're all very familiar with that sequence. A feminist expresses an opinion, someone expresses a contrary opinion, and the feminist calls that harassment and demands the earth be scorched. Because when a loud, obnoxious crowd of feminists blocks the entrance, bangs on the furniture, and pulls the fire alarm, they're simply expressing their opinion, as is permitted in the Charter of Rights. But when someone posts words on the internet in response to a feminist, or defends human rights in person in response to a feminist, they are engaging in harassment and must be silenced. All in the name of equality and diversity and progress. This is totally nothing like Stalinist Russia. No, sir, not a fucking jot.
Also for the sake of challenging the notion that women are defined as victims.
Although I wouldn't personally consider the interruption by HBB to be abusive.
Thank you very much for expressing this personal opinion, Jenny. It is congruent with my own. Now that we've cleared that up, we can join forces. Unless there's anything you hold in higher regard than your own personal opinion.
Rumor has it...
Ah, okay. I'm just going to repeat that clip many times now, Jenny. The sound effects are just perfect.
Rumor has it, 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 rumor has it.
Do you consider yourself a journalist, Jenny? See, as far as I can tell, a person who reports on contemporary facts is definitely a journalist. A person who reports their opinions on contemporary facts is at least arguably a kind of pseudo-journalist. But a person who reports on rumours, Jenny, is frankly the opposite of a journalist. Is just a vertex in a hive mind. It's sort of like the difference between a biochemist and a zookeeper and a flesh-eating virus.
The Honey Badger's pro-Gamergate affiliation was enough to have them removed from the convention on the basis of being undesirable guests.
Thank you for reporting this, Jenny. The more of you feminists who come out and admit to what you just said, the easier it's going to be to sue them. This is the downfall of every flesh-eating virus. You won't survive for long if you insist on destroying the host.
That's right, Gamergaters. You're becoming known as a hate group.
Stop the fucking crows, Jenny. Yes, despite not doing anything hateful, despite not doing any harassing, in your personal opinion, they are becoming known as a hate group. What's wrong with this picture, Jenny? Hey, Jenny, I heard a rumour in school that you've got AIDS. I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think you have AIDS, but hey, that's what the popular girls say, so what can you do? What's important is that you understand that you have become known as the girl with AIDS.
Sure, you hide behind your ethics in journalism BS stance, but your abusive and harassing comments paint a different picture of your movement's agenda.
Sure, you hide behind your "I'm just trying to live my life and not be told I'm dead" BS. But the cheerleaders told me you've got a scabby fanny, Jenny, so you need to answer for your fanny scabs!
Your anti-feminist, anti-woman, stalking, harassing, doxing, patriarchy denial has helped form the face of your movement.
The inflamed, festering, obsidian black maggot cocoons that you have where your nipples used to be have helped form the movement of your face. That'll teach you to deny my witchcraft.
Since the Badgers got booted, many have accused CalX of censorship.
Are you going to deny those accusations, Jenny? Or are you going to stumble like a drunken bimbo into an admission that CalX did indeed engage in censorship? See, when CalX accused us of harassment, I, with one hand tied behind my back, produced the evidence to completely disprove that accusation. You just displayed it in your video. And when we accuse CalX of breaking their own rules and the law, your response is...
I've got a question for you, Karen Strawn and Allison Tiemann. Why do you suppose that you were censored for your ideas, and the feminists speaking on the panel were not censored for theirs?
Because we've racked our brains and none of us can think of a goddamn thing. But come on, honey badgers, we really, really, really want to stab you in the skull when no one's looking, and we can't find a kitchen knife, so can we use one of yours?
Do you think it could be because their ideas are progressive and non-violent in nature, while your ideas are regressive?
I can't answer for Karen or Alison, but I was told, in person, by CalX security staff, get out or you'll be escorted out. But that's not violent, you see. Because it's coming from people who treat women like victims. You can be as violent, as draconian, as ethically desolate as you like, all the while accusing your opponents of the very offences that you alone are presently engaging in. You can stand there punching someone in the face while saying, "Stop punching me in the face." And it's all above board. It's all for the greater good. And why? Why? Because you reduce women down to victims in every conceivable circumstance, and your opponents do not. Therefore, you cannot do anything wrong. That is your rationale. That is your justification for all this lying, deluded, transparently totalitarian hypocrisy. We have to flip reality on its head and kick it to the fucking curb, because otherwise women might feel strong. And you call that progressive? Because no one's ever thought of that before. It's one thing to cut down every law of the land so as to capture Satan, but you are cutting down every law of the land just so you can suck Satan's cock. Well, best of luck, Jenny, but do watch out for the super AIDS.
And the company you keep are known for their use of violence?
It's a very interesting accusation, Jenny. It's the kind of accusation that can get you sued. But you seem perfectly capable of tanking your own life without anyone else's help. So I guess I'll just leave you with a reminder that rumour has it that you have a haunted broccoli tree for a snatch. Goodbye, and fuck right.